immigrants. What's the administration's reaction to that?
He got it wrong, and there'll be one on appeal. You don't need to be a time of war to do the Alien Remedies Act. There needs to be an incursion, a predatory incursion, which I think occurred. There's numerous intelligence reports. You can look them up. FBI intelligence reports, intelligence community, that TDA is directly involved with the Maduro regime. They came here, they committed murders. They pushed drugs that killed thousands of Americans. They committed violent acts in cities and unsettled the cities. So I think they got it wrong. We'll win on appeal.
Even with that Bush appointee on the court saying that basically this doesn't constitute a country encouraging its residents to enter the country
He's
illegally.
wrong. He got it wrong. We'll win on appeal.
The president previewed sort of the law enforcement action in New Orleans. Is that an immigration related?
Pardon me?
The president today previewed law enforcement action in New Orleans, similar to what might happen in Chicago. Is that going to be immigration related?
Yes, we're going to be immigration enforcement. I mean, that's what I'm involved in, right? So, the president said weeks ago, I said weeks ago, that with sanctuary cities, how we're going to address it, we're going to flood the zone. We got 10,000 more agents coming on. We're going to flood the zone. We don't have a problem, a biggest problem like Florida, where every sheriff and chief's working with us, or Texas. So where we're going to send our additional resources to sanctuary cities. Why? Because we know there's a problem there. We know for a fact they're releasing illegal alien public safety threats to the streets every day. So we're going to send the boots on the ground to the places that we know there's a problem. Address the biggest problems first, and that's your biggest cities or sanctuary cities, whether it's New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Portland, Seattle. I mean, they're sanctuary cities, and we're going to flood the zone. Sanctuary cities, I've said it 1,000 times. They're going to get exactly what they don't want: more agents in the communities and more worksite enforcement. If they won't let us arrest a bad guy in the safety and security of a county jail, we're safer for the agent, safer for the alien, certainly safer for the community. If they're going to release them back in the community, then we got to send a whole team to look for that person, which they release a lot of people and send a lot of teams. If we can't find them in the community, then we'll find them at the work site. And when we go in the community, I want to make this clear. The sanctuary cities, again, we'll get something they don't want. When we find a bad person, and we will, if they're with others that aren't a criminal threat, but they're in the country illegally, they're coming too. So more collateral arrests are going to occur in sanctuary cities because you forced us into the community.
When can the jurisdictions expect you guys to flood the zone?
It's coming. I mean, I don't want to get too specific because we don't give them too much heads up, but it's coming. It's we've already started adding resources to some sanctuary cities, but operations are being planned, and it's coming. And it's the right thing to do. Remember after the election, Brandon Johnson said I wasn't welcome in Chicago. Guess what? The first place I went was Chicago. And I kicked off an operation there. And the first day, we arrested like 9 TDA members. We arrested like 7 or 9 child sexual predators. We arrested 2 illegal aliens that had homicide convictions walking the street. We arrested TDA members that were selling pistols with the switch, which means the pistol's all fully automatic now. We made Chicago safer in one day. And that's what we're going to continue doing. We're not going to let up. President Trump said he's going to prioritize sanctuary cities. That's exactly what we're doing. And I applaud Pam Bondi for pursuing sanctuary cities. It needs to happen. Sanctuaries are sanctuaries for criminals. They're not sanctuaries for law-abiding Americans. It doesn't help to have a sanctuary city because that's where the highest crime rates usually are.
When are you going to begin the immigration for Chicago?
We'll see.
And in terms of the executive order that was signed by the Chicago mayor ordering their police not to collaborate with.
If the mayor don't want to help make his city safer, then get out of the way. We'll do it for him. If they want to, for any elected mayor that doesn't want to help make his city safer. Now, I'm not saying every illegal alien is a criminal, public safety threat, but many are. And for any mayor who says, no, I'm not going to work with feds to make my streets safer, is ignorant. That's his number one responsibility is the safety and security of the communities. If you don't want to help, step out of the way. Because we're going to do it. President Trump promised American people he's going to make this country safe again. We're going to do it with or without the help of sanctuary mayors and governors.
And what about the Guatemalan children that the administration attempted to deport?
Most disgusting decision I've seen in my career. Right? I've been beat up Trump administration beat up. Zero tolerance, family separation. How dare you? And all these media stories that attacked us. Where's the media stories on 500,000 children being smuggled in this country, taken out of their families' hands, put in the hands of criminal cartels to be smuggled in the country? If I left my child in the car and went and get groceries, I'd be arrested. But 500,000 children put in the hands of criminal cartels to be smuggled in this country. The administration lost track of hundreds of thousands of them. They weren't looking for them. President Trump's the one that made the promise that we find these children. We already found 25,000 of them. As far as Guatemala, you got children that want to be their parents. You got parents that want the children. You got Guatemala and the United States government meetings say that's the right thing to do. And now people are stopping us from reuniting the child with the parent. Disgusting.
But what about the attorneys who say that those children feared returning?
Fear returning to their parents?
To Guatemala because they are being.
Their parents live in Guatemala. They live in fear? It's ridiculous. They're playing a game. They're playing a game. For 4 years, I heard nothing except family separation, family separation. Now we're trying to reunite families, and they're fighting us on that. They don't know where to stand on this stuff. All I know is kids should be with parents.
How long have you all been tracking that boat yesterday that got blown up?
I can't comment on that.
And
Do you
then
know
what
what the
was
legal
any
justification
specifics of the
was?
cargo? Any specific?
Not out of my lane. That's DOD, out of my lane.
Can you provide an update on the recruitment level of the ICE agents?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, look, we got well over 100,000. We got well over 100,000. I think it's close to 120,000, which exciting. I mean, I think there's 120,000 people that are as pissed off as I was the last 4 years open borders, and they want to come help secure the nation, make this country safe again. I think they're not listening to the false media about, a minority of people ICE arrest for criminals. It's garbage. Every morning I read the data come into work. Every morning, about 22 pages of the data I get every morning. About 70% everybody ICE arrests are criminals. Who's the other 30%? Many of them are national security threats. We've arrested thousands of national security threats. Most of them don't have criminal history. They're here to lay low until they do the dirty deed. Many of them were fugitives. People who had due process at great taxpayer expense. Well, guess what? We're looking for them. And because what ICE is doing in the interior, having 1,000 teams out there every day, that's a part of the reason we have the most secure border in the nation's history, because people are now realize there's consequences for entering the country illegal, which is a crime. Thanks, folks.
Thanks, Tom.
Mr. Herman.
Thank you.
Mr. Herman.
You've been watching live coverage. We return now to our scheduled program. We join it in progress.
Last year.